No romance allowed by Kana. Chapter 3. Another week passed without any potential roommate. Lizzie's short stay in my apartment last Monday had been like a breath of fresh air. We chatted and laughed like in the old days. But once she'd left, reality pulled me back. At this moment, I felt nauseous at the sight of my bank account balance dwindling when I paid 1/3 of my credit card payment. Suddenly, instant noodles, oatmeal, and eggs were dancing in front of my eyes and chanting at me. "We love you, Rory. We love you, Rory." The chanting stopped as my phone chirped for an incoming message. I flicked the screen open and read an email from Amazon Marketplace. "Congratulations, someone is interested in buying your Tory Burch Fleming tote and the Coach crossbody bag. Please follow Amazon Marketplace's rules on sending your merchandise." I liked the tote and the bag but had to let them go so I could buy some real food. Maybe it was time to forget my pride and ask for my aunt's help. The next morning before going to work, I was putting the shipping boxes in my car when I heard Rick Perkins, my 72-year-old neighbor, call my name. "Rory, my good neighbor." "Good morning, young lady." He grinned, creating deep wrinkles at the corners of his eyes. His cheeks were pinkish, and the sweat pooling around the front of his shirt indicated he must be coming back from his 5-mile morning jog. "Good morning, Rick," I answered, closing the car's door. "Jogging 5 miles as usual?" Nodding, Rick took off his baseball cap and used his fingers to smooth down the white hair underneath. Putting his cap back, he said, "I'm not young anymore, so 5 miles is good for me." "You aren't old," I replied. I wasn't lying. For his age, his body was slim and sturdy. He chuckled, pushing up the long-sleeved t-shirt that had been hiding tattoos he'd gotten while in the Marine Corps. "Thank you, but my body can't lie." "So, young lady, are you ready to conquer the world?" "Absolutely." I grinned, pumping my arms up. Rick grinned widely too. "So, how's Amy doing? Is it still cold up there?" he asked, one side of his mouth kicking up a smile. "She is doing fine. Just busy with her volunteer work. Last week, she sent me a few pictures of the blizzard. It was unusual even for February. Let me show you the pictures." I dug in my purse for the cell phone, then scrolled up the picture gallery folder and showed them to him. Aunt Amy and I had become close with Rick and his wife Maggie about 3 years ago when their cat Tubby ran away during the 4th of July fireworks. Tubby had snuck into my half-open window and hidden under my bed. I hadn't been aware of his presence. My aunt, who was allergic to cats, had found him the next day. Poor Aunt Amy. With teary eyes and a red face from sneezing nonstop, she'd found me in the kitchen and asked between sneezes if I'd hidden a cat in my bedroom. Of course not. I'd cried, running to my room. I like dogs, not cats. Under my bed, I'd seen Tubby's eyes glowing back at me. He'd hiss fiercely when I tried luring him out. How Tubby had run away from Maggie and Rick's apartment was a mystery, because their apartment was on the 3rd floor in Building C, and they never left doors or windows open. Even more, our apartment was on the 1st floor in Building A, on the other side of the grounds. Maybe someone had forgotten to close a window, and he'd taken a leisurely walk in the neighborhood. When the fireworks started, he'd run to the closest place he could find to hide. Further, Rick and Maggie sort of adopted me when my aunt moved to Boston, so they had someone to invite over during the holidays since their kids lived outside California. And Maggie used me as an excuse to bake and cook a lot of foods. "So, have you found a new roommate yet?" Rick asked after looking at the pictures. "Not yet," I answered, putting my phone back into my purse. "It's not as easy as I thought." Rick gave a nod of understanding. "But you've sent the ads and flyers out, right?" he asked. I nodded. Rick squinted down at me. "Let me guess, Amy doesn't know about this, does she?" I lowered my gaze. "If Maggie happens to talk to Aunt Amy, please don't tell her," I begged, looking up at him. "Don't worry about that," he assured me. "Listen, let me help you. When you have time, stop by my place and bring the flyer. With my luck and connections, maybe I could find someone for you quickly," Rick said, without hiding the pride in his tone. I gave a little smile. That what I liked about Rick, always helpful. "Okay. Tomorrow after work, I'll stop by," I said. "Good." Rick smiled, watching something behind me. Now, here comes Leo, my partner in crime. He pointed his finger at Leo, my next door neighbor on the same floor, walking toward us with a basketball in his hands. Leo was about the same age as Rick but still liked playing basketball. I grinned, waved to Leo, and got in my car. End of Chapter 3. You've been listening to Chapter 3 of No Romance Allowed by Kana. Be sure to click the like button and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to share this channel with your friends so they can enjoy the story. If you want to know what I've been writing, please subscribe to my newsletter in the description below. Thank you for supporting my